Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in our small beloved world, and welcome to a new installment of Living World of Darkness, New York by Night in this case. This is a video for the Vampire Camarilla venue, in which uh, a few things should be explained. In the night of the past days, a vessel has arrived to New York under the name of the Echidna. A message was broadcast out of that place, reaching several kindred of higher and lower status, and it disappeared as quickly as it appeared. After one day, so to speak, two individuals came out of that ship, took a cab or a car, whatever you prefer, and they reached the penthouse bar because someone has to have a talk with someone. These two gentlemen sort out all of the very powerful defense of Mr. Silas Barr, and they wait very politely on the elevator, just expecting their time to go out to the VIP room. And so we
Hey,
will begin.
music on the elevator is smooth jazz.
Oh, nice. So it's your place. Take it away, Mr. Silas.
Well, we shall stop with you guys going up in the elevator if you want to make some small talk.
Okay. Remember one thing for me, Bright.
Certainly.
We came here to shoot nobody, right?
This is accurate, yes.
Good. Good.
Rest assured that if a culling is necessary, everything will be disposed of cleanly and efficiently by myself and my associate.
Good. Good. Have you opened the channels for me to get together, or at least send a quick message to the actual prince?
Yes.
Good. I love you when you do your work really good, right? And at this moment, the Archon will step out of the elevator and look for his clanmate, Mr. Silence.
Well, to the left you have the office, and to the right you have the VIP room where most of the general gatherings take place. In the VIP room you can see Mr. Silas with a couple of blueprints that he's been working on.
Good. This gentleman will go straight to the VIP room and stand before Mr. Silas and go like, Silas?
Good evening, Valiente? Associate of Valiente?
Oh, I never present him to you. His name is Dr. Bright, number one.
Dr. Bright. Pleased to
Number
make
one.
your acquaintance. Welcome to New York.
Thank you, Mr. Silas.
So, I will tell you a small story, Silas. The other day, I was resting really comfortably in my house. And it was 5:30 p.m. You know who called me 5:30 p.m.?
Some bastard from Europe?
Yeah, a guy named Harstad.
Oh.
My ghoul came to me, he waked me up, it took me a little while, I think a minute or so, and then I pick up the phone, and he was pissed. Really pissed. He told me that some things are not going that good over here, right?
There's been a few issues. I believe they've all been reported.
Yes, yes, I hope that the paperwork was exaggerating, but I think it's not. So, me and my associates has been dispatched here to instaurate some help to preserve the Camarilla in New York. Now, how would you enjoy your position as prince?
Wait, what?
I stutter, right?
No, Lord Aliento, you did not.
Thank you. How would you enjoy your position as prince? And he really goes really slowly on that oration.
I think it'll be like throwing me into a level of hell reserved for people that kick puppies and talked in theaters.
Ugh. Yeah, yeah, something like that.
Why would you do this? We have Lennison the Icebreaker currently as Prince.
Oh, yes, but you are currently updated in the situation in Boston.
Yes, I'm familiar.
We need people in Boston, Silas.
Well, last I checked, you had a Justicar, an Archon, another Archon heading down there.
Yes, they are going to be on the back run. Do you think the Camarilla is sending them to the line?
I doubt they'll be on the front line, but one of them is literally known as the Hand of the Camarilla.
Yeah, and the Camarilla likes to keep their hands whole.
The last time someone snuck a prince underneath the Lesenson's nose without talking to him beforehand, he cut their head off.
I would like to see him
If
try.
if
No,
Lennison
I'm not talking
raises a
about the
hand
person
against
who put
Narcon,
him there. I'm not talking about the person who put them there. I'm talking about the prince that got installed underneath his nose.
Don't worry.
if Mr. Lennison raises a hand against either the Archon or his chosen officials, he will be incinerated.
And believe me, Dr. Wright likes the word incinerate.
I keep running into people that like the word incinerate a little bit too much.
It's a very descriptive word, Silas.
So let me get this straight. You've come here to sort things out. You brought in a few of your team heavies, and you want to rejig the structure, so to speak.
Yes, basically we are three people, me, Dr. Wright and Dr. Wright, and that's it. We have
I
no one else to support you.
I see.
Because I have been doing a little bit of research and I have noticed one deadly flaw. Overextend. Some members of our beloved Camarilla in this city had tried to reach a lot with their hands, with their greedy, greedy hands, and had failed to do so. You see, greed is good. Greed drives you. Greed is a very good source of conviction, so to speak. But not in a time like this when you have the Sabbath knocking at your door. In that time, what you need to do is just curl up in a ball, hold tight what you have secured, and weather the storm. It's not that complicated. We have been doing so for how long now?
Since 1492, Lord Aliento.
Thank you. Now, I know, Mr. Silas, that you are an expert on weathering the storms.
Unfortunately.
And it
But
seems that
a storm can't be weathered by just hunkering down, I'm afraid. To weather a storm, you need to be supplied, you need to be connected, you need to be in the right location where you're not going to be hit by the full force of it.
very well, then, Seneschal Silas. What would you say that is the strength of the Camarilla at this moment? I think it's like, and he will look through his cellular phone, a map of New York, Manhattan Island.
Well, that we came in to take.
Very well.
Job well done as far as that one's concerned.
Mhm. You were, well, the Camarilla in here was planning to extend themselves to other boroughs, right? Queens and what else?
We have people working through Queens at the moment.
Well, it's time to let loose some weight, bring the people back in, fortify the island, and wait for reinforcements.
Am I going to be getting reinforcements, or is this going to be one of those desperate last stands that's going to take a few months to play out?
We will send you as much neonates we can provide you. And note the word, neonates.
Yes, I noticed the word. No highly talented and Scylla on the go. No wall coteries floating around for me. They're literally. I have the location where that's about to hold up. It's quite a really nice reinforced fortress trapped in the T's, filled with a mixture of mortal and kindred support with some strange security measures. I had to go there. I had to get one of my people back.
How did that went?
Well, we lost one, gained another.
So 1-1.
We lost. There was a Astamite that was visiting the city, and unfortunately went toe to toe with one of what apparently is one of the Zabad stronger fighters. That didn't work out so well, unfortunately, but he kept the guy off our backs while we managed to make our escape with our objective. Who's currently recovering after being flayed a bit, losing his arms and legs, which might have been my fault, and being partially set on fire.
Okay. And who was this so valuable objective?
The sheriff, Frank Green.
The Sabbath kidnapped the sheriff.
It was done during the initial betrayal of Voorhees to Pont as something that we couldn't have seen or predicted coming. I
Very
trust
well.
you've read the report on that one.
I was hoping that it was just a fake.
Well, the sheriff is back in hands, but like I said, don't just sit still to survive.
I'm going to meet the sheriff tonight, or the upcoming nights. I cannot offer you any war coterie. I cannot offer you any A team of vampires. I cannot offer you that. But I can offer you him, and he points to Bright, and his brother.
I believe both eyes look at Mr. Bright.
Bright, show you a. Explain yourself. Overextend yourself to Mr. Silas.
I am capable when it comes to the disposing of evidence and kindred. My assistance, while I may not be a permanent resident of the city due to my duties to Lord Valiente here, I do have enough free time to come into this city from time to time to assist with desperate situations.
And you are an extremely capable individual?
I am what the Tremere would call well, even among the Tremere, I am considered to be knowledgeable in the art of thaumaturgy.
I see. That could be handy. That could be handy indeed. Currently, we've been...
very big bonfires.
Currently, we've been keeping quiet on the Tremere presence. Word is there are no Tremere in the city. But that's the thing is they're keeping a very low profile. We want them looked after. Don't want any of the Tremere's surprisingly varied enemies coming after them again.
Bright, I'm putting that on your hands. We need the Tremere if we want to win this. We need their weaponry, we need their knowledge. For fuck's sake, they have fucking magic!
Lord Valiente, despite my position as your retainer, my authority does not supersede that of the city's regent, at least among the Tremere.
Well then carry my word, we need your fucking magic.
As you would have it, Lord Valiente, I will make my appointments.
Thank you. Now, Silas, I expect of you a lot. I don't want to lose New York on my watch. That would make me extremely angry. And that I think that would make Justica Robin extremely angry as well.
I see.
And you know how he is when he gets angry. He starts pecking eyes.
Yeah. Did he get my latest set of pocket watches that I sent him?
Yes, he was extremely happy with it. He looked at them for 3 days. He loved the silver work on them.
Now,
And Archon di Padua says that he wants to collect his bet.
I see. Yes, yes. I almost forgot about that one.
So, any word on the other, well, inhabitants of New York?
I always keep an ear to the ground as far as they're concerned.
Good. Anyone
The Fallen are having a few issues at the moment. The Lupines are quite happy to keep to their area as long as no one bothers them or pokes them with a stick.
Very well.
The mages are happy in their area as long as no one bothers them or pokes them with a stick. I hear there's a curse that has something to do with coffee floating around their area now.
What?
Mage humor.
Okay. What do we know about the Sabbath in here? You have crossed path with them? Who
They're
leads
initially
them? Who push them? Who go preaching on the streets?
I believe they kind of rolled in after we dealt with the last batch that they sent down. And they decided to send a bit more of a competent, less aggressive party down this time. The previous one called himself the Sausage King, bit of a cold personality. We took his fangs. This lot, they came in pretending to be Anoks. They hidden their little side, got into those little hard-to-get-out spots. And then once cemented, they started doing their work. There's several of them I've counted so far, but I don't really have any specifics. So far, on the video footage and what I've personally seen, they seem to have sent their more combat-capable selection down.
Very well. Well, I will keep this short and simple because it seems that we have other people to meet today. Uh, I
There are
heard
plans
that.
for a council tonight. I would like to extend the invitation for you to come along.
Oh, thank you very much. I will be there then. Me or Mr. Bright. Doctor, sorry. Uh, I heard that most of the council is dead.
Yes.
Why this always keep happening?
I don't know, there's just something about primogen positions.
Very well. I will just say that, dear Mr. Silas, you have the full power of the Archon and the Justicar supporting you. If you see people fit, good, then they are fit. If you need to remove someone, please do so. And finally, you need a new Keeper of Elysium from what I know.
Yes, unfortunately the last one came down with a sudden case of death.
Hmm. Uh, you have talked about someone. Tall, blue, weird.
Are you talking about Rose?
Yes,
She is
tell me
a
about
very...
Rose.
Rose is a very interesting, strange individual with strange abilities and generally quite likes to just be left alone to read their books. And then they kind of got brought in on our side. They were formally adopted into Clan Bruja, of which she currently is acting as the hand.
Adopted
Mhm.
from which clan or bloodline, Mr. Silas?
Earseed.
Lord Valiente, may I have a word with you?
You can speak here. Mr. Silas has my utmost trust.
As you would have it, I would not recommend placing a Kia seed in any position of power in the Camarilla without some form of contingency. The majority of her bloodline are strong and ardent supporters of the Sabbat. You're more or less asking for a breach of information privacy.
This Kia Seed Rose has shown any sign of supporting the Sabbath,
She
Mr. Silas?
personally helped us recapture the sheriff.
I
There
have
you
a
go.
question,
Right.
Mr. Silas.
Though I don't recommend...
Previous to his defection, did Mr. Dupont show any sign of supporting the Sabbat?
He was currently infiltrating at the time. I assumed that during his infiltration they managed to catch him, and that's when things went downhill.
I see. Lord Valiente, I have your permission to put in place the contingency we discussed.
Yes, yes, you have my trust.
Very good. Do go on.
Now, I wouldn't want to see Rose in any sudden positions of power. She's still a very young, only recently released neonate.
Well, do you have any idea of someone that can take care of the post of Keeper of Elysium?
We've had some new Ventru show up. Might be worth having a chat with them. I've been waiting for young Peterzoon to have a bit of a clan meeting, be able to get the specifics from him.
Hmm. I have been. Well, information from Mr. Peterson has been scarce lately.
He's currently at work and in a secure location. I can put forth the details if you would like to organize a meeting with him.
Very well. You know how to make that information reach me through a safe way.
Of course.
Uh, any idea of who can take the seats? Well, the empty seats in the Primogen Council.
Well, due to our lack of ancillaries or elders floating around, we need opportunities to see which of the neonates are going to be most capable. This takes a point in time. There's one in the brew hall that I think might be suitable for retaking that seat. The Ventru, well, they've had a couple of new ones show up. They still need to be inspected and see how they handle pressure.
Mm-hmm.
The Nosferatu seat is still handled by myself. Goblin shows no interest in taking that seat anytime soon.
Very well.
The Toreador have come through so many troubles and issues at the moment that I've briefly, for a moment, suspended their seat until their inter-clan issues are solved to the satisfaction.
Good job.
I'm still waiting for a report from Mr. Peck for when I can drop that one.
Very
The
well.
Gangrel don't have enough representatives to be considered for a council seat at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And the Tremere, of course, have Mr. Thursday, which I'm sure Mr. Bright will be having a meeting.
That is accurate.
Am I
What about the
leaving any-
Malkavians?
And the Malkavians, there's a couple of them have shown up. In fact, shortly before you arrived, I was having one of them wanting to organize a meeting with me.
I like when they show drive. It makes my work so much easier.
Yes, unfortunately, with the sudden loss of the previous Primogen, we're still going through her personal effects and the little mysteries that she left behind.
I would be very careful if I were with you, if I were you with those little mysteries.
That's why I'm throwing it all on him.
Good job. Well, Silas, I will have a quick word with Prince Lennison today, either face to face or I will send them a quick message. Camarilla orders blah 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 blah, mobilization blah 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 blah. And then I will show up in this council meeting saying that you have my utmost respect and my support.
I see. Well, we've got a lot of work to do then, Mr. Valiente.
Yes, we do. I will stay here until things stabilize a little bit and the hunkering down is done. And then I will leave because I don't like New York.
Feel free to make use of this establishment if you require a little bit of a base of operations. And I've switched around the entrances for Oz, so don't go about using the old entrance. It's a little bit dangerous.
Don't worry, we have a ship.
Lots of people keep using ships nowadays. It's becoming almost a bit of a fashion. The Sabat arrived on a ship called the Hammer, apparently.
We have a ship dock called the Echidna.
I'll make a note of that.
If you need somewhere safe to conduct these meetings, it would be my honor to lend you this ship to use for the time being.
I think it'll be quite appropriate to be hosted by the Archon for a meeting like this.
Oh, it would be lovely. And anyone who does not agree can do a quick exit through one side of the board.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure to meet your acquaintance, Mr. Valiente, and it's been a pleasure to meet you, Dr. Bright.
You as well, Mr. Silas.
Well, I will see you later tonight, Silas. You have the best of my wishes to you, Prince of New York.
I'll see you later tonight.
Yes. And he will just go to the elevator. Right, let's go. We have more people there to, broke and dismantle their happiness.
Of course, Lord Oleander.
And they will just go down, take their car, and leave. Thank you everyone for watching this. Bye bye.